So this is the default layout that we get when we create a WinForms application in C#. And the first thing we're going to do is delete this main form, the form 1. Delete, and that's okay, it's gone. And then we'll add our own forms. So add Windows form, and we'll call this FRM persons. Now what we want to do is make this one the one that opens up when the application opens. So program CS, and change form 1 that's it. So form persons, and that's now the application form that will open. Just save that, do that, build the solution, and the solution has built successfully. So I talked about properties earlier on, just to make sure that you understand what these properties are. At the moment, this form has a header section here, all forms do, and it has very few in terms of its text properties. And there it is, it's showing text form persons, and it picks that up from the name that you give to the forms. So I'm going to change that just to persons down here on the text property, and that's now the default property on that header. So now we can add another form. Windows form, once again the text, save, add another form, add, just take out the prefix again, form summary. So build the solution, that just will pick out any gross errors, and start. And our application should open up with persons, which it does. So let's stop that. Now we're not doing much with the GUI just yet, but what we need to do is just make sure that we have enough facility to close everything down when we need to. So this is just to demonstrate the toolbox actually. So view, toolbox, and your toolbox will open up there. Now if you haven't used it before, it'll take quite a long time for it to load actually, and so that you just have to wait for it to happen. So I'm going to have a menu strip up here, click once, put the word exit, that's inform summary, inform observations, the same, save it, inform persons, now at the moment it's not doing anything, but we're getting it set up so that we have a consistency in design. And what I would encourage you to do is actually to have a little bit of your own flair in the designs, perhaps use a different background colour. Don't do anything that's got a lot of image in it or anything that's too out of the ordinary, because it's supposed to be a professional application, and though when you start to do too much in terms of backgrounds and so forth, it can start to look a little bit unprofessional. What I'll also encourage you to do is that when you are doing things at some place on your interface, put your name, because that then personalizes it to you. It's a really good way of making sure that you are the person who did it. Why would anybody else put your name on their work? So it's a really good way of doing what's called provenance. That's us created our forms.